to export your After Effects video, when you have it all done and edited, there's actually one way that we did it before in previous classes, but there's some options that just aren't available for some computers. Like we had some students that had PCs, so they wanted to work on it at home, and they didn't have this particular export option. So this way, what I'm about to show you is going to be a way that kind of hits on everybody's system. So once you have your video done, you want to do composition, let's see, and it's add to render queue. So we're going to queue this up to render. So composition, add to render queue, and then when it does that, it just opens up a little tab right here. So we're going to go in each of these settings, and the first one is best settings, and you know that they're active links because they're that orangish yellow color. So I hit best settings first, and then right now we have quality at best, and then we have resolution full. So I'm just checking through some of these. I'm looking at what the frame rate is. I'm looking at what the start and the end is. So it starts at 0, it ends at 5 seconds. So all this looks pretty good. Generally, as a rule of thumb, you don't have to change anything in this render settings. So I'm going to hit OK right here. Next one down is output module. This is probably the one where you're going to be making a lot of changes. So right now it says lossless. So I'm going to click on that. And this panel is where you're going to make a lot of the changes. So right now I have it on Format QuickTime. Now before I would have changed that to probably an MPEG. And I'm actually not even seeing it on here, so that's kind of a good thing. They may have gotten rid of that option in CC. So right now, so just keep it on Format QuickTime. And right now we have video output checked, channel RGB, millions of colors, which is all correct. The next thing we want to look at is format options. Okay, that's a very important part right there. Format option will be able to adjust the quality and the codec of how it exports. So the format is QuickTime, and now we click on Format Options. Okay. Now the video codec says animation right now. We're going to change that to H.264. Okay. That's a very good compression. It keeps high quality, and it's a standard. So the video codec is going to be H.264. Yes. The next one down is the quality. What's the quality to put at? So obviously if we do 100% quality, it's going to be a, you know, the megabytes on it, it's going to be pretty high. Okay, so when we're looking to upload assignments, I want videos within the range of like maybe 5 megs. You know, keep it around there. So with this quality, I'm going to drill it down to about 50. I know that seems kind of low in comparison to like JPEG quality, but you'll see when we export that it's actually fairly good. So for quality, put it to 50. Let's say OK on that. And then the next one down, there's like a resize checkbox. Now this one we don't particularly have to resize. This video is at 872 wide, which is okay. But we're going to test some of this video particularly to see how it, you know, what the size is. But we may have to go back in and do a re-render and then kind of make the size smaller. So just know that that checkbox is there. That's how you resize something. The audio output in CS6, there should be a checkbox. So know that when you have audio, you know, there's a checkbox there that you need to render out the audio. Otherwise, it looks like they in CC they did it it automatically checks for audio and it exports it if needed. That's really that's really it for this panel. We hit OK, and then the next one is output 2. And when we click on this, this is essentially where we're saving it. So this is the name and where we're saving it. So I'm going to go into my After Effects folder, do titles, animation, _ Jessen. Always put your name with files. And then the file format it's going to export to is a QuickTime.movie. All right. So I'm going to hit save. Now, am I done? Just because I hit save? No. Okay. That's just saving it. That's just saying it where it goes. Now we need to render the animation. Okay. So the render button is on this panel, and it's on the right side, and it's labeled as render. So once you have all that done, then you have to click render, and this will render out. If you have a very complex animation, obviously it's going to take some time. It's definitely the time to take a water break, but
Right now?
no. Okay, mine's done. And the popcorn is done. All right, so I'm going to go to my folder, and let's see, go on the desktop, After Effects, and first thing I'm going to do is actually check out the size. Okay, this is great. This is a 2.8 megabyte movie. File size is great. I'm going to open it up in QuickTime, double clicking, I'm going to hit play. I have to say that looks good. Okay, I'm very happy with the quality because I can look at it, and I mean that's a super sharp edge on that text. I hardly see any JPEG artifacts. This is very sharp, and it works. Okay, so this is quality 50 H.264 codec saved as a QuickTime movie. Okay. And it came out at 2.8 megabytes. Boy, we have come a long way in video. Back in the day, this would have been impossible. But I'm showing my age. All right. So that file right there, this movie, that is what you upload to Joule. Does everybody understand that? Okay. So when we do assignments, you go through that process. You export it out, you save it, you render it, and then that's the file you put to the server. Okay?